Hi everybody, Mary Rondenet from Blooming Rose Healing and the founder of WhaleBreathing. We are connecting to Educational Wednesday. And why do we do breathwork? So I was thinking a lot about what I would like to talk about. And there's so much about breathwork we don't really understand. There's that part of us, we don't know what we don't know. So today I thought it'd be really interesting to talk about why I chose to do breathwork daily. And there's something about when we meet our diaphragm, there's this gateway into the lower body. And I will talk about those lower body system in the energetic perspective, which is chakras. And in the lower body, below the diaphragm, is chakra 1, 2, 3. The first chakra is a lot about our root system and who we are, how we stand in the world, the I am. And the second chakra is a lot about, with that first I am, how I relate into the world. And then that third, which is a lot about relationships, intimacy, partnership. And the third is a lot about how I take action. Am I going to take it from a perspective of ego versus spirit? So, when we're doing breathing, which I will call voluntary breathing, which is whale breathing, conscious breathing, we're allowing ourselves, now remember, many times I talk about this shallow, more fast-paced breathing, which is usually upper body. And what happens is in that upper body, we're kind of chasing the breath. We're trying to catch it. We're trying to grasp it. And then what happens there is we create a lot more carbon dioxide within the body because we're not using our diaphragm to help circulate oxygen and carbon dioxide. So when the diaphragm comes in, well, actually it's opposite. But when the diaphragm comes in, it starts to become a pump. And it creates this inner movement within the body. And through that inner movement, it's helping the lower body, which is the digestive, kidney, liver world, and the upper body, which is our respiratory, lungs, the lungs, the pockets within the lungs, and I'm trying to think what else. Well, even the brain, everything from above up, the heart. So what we're doing now is creating movement within the body to help get things circulated. And now to the next level, the soul level. So that's the body structure. Now the soul. Energy in motion is emotion. And what happens, those three chakras I was talking about, if we are not breathing and creating movement, we have a blockage. Because if we don't have flow and energy moving, everything stops, becomes stagnant. So when you're in a breath session, a lot of times what happens is it starts to open up those restricted areas. Why would I want to open up all those can of worms? Because if you don't, you keep your vibration low. And when we start moving those energies, kind of like when you're cleaning your house, which I've been doing a lot of because I'm getting kind of bored in this sit still. I am still resting, but I'm also doing little projects. And as I'm cleaning and moving out the old, I'm making room for the new. And that is what's happening right now in the world. We are in a space of, it's time to clean house, clean out those old energies so we can bring in the new. And we're going to bump into belief. We're going to, bump into old emotional wound. We're going to bump into ego. You don't really want to do this. Don't go there. But the truth is we don't, because the vibration is changing and it's becoming quicker within our whole universe, that we don't have a choice. We have to allow this stuff to move so that new energy can come in. It's very, very important work. It's also very new. I mean, there is a lot of breath work out there and stuff, but it's just starting. This work is really just starting. And we are in a time where a lot of our, what I call shadow stuff, is starting to surface. And what that means is we're bumping into parts of ourselves that are hidden. It's kind of like back to the cleaning house. Oh my goodness, I didn't know I had this book. I forgot all about it. It was like, hidden in a place. And as we're doing that inner breathing soul work, we discover things. So then we'll talk about the spiritual aspect now of why. And it's just sharing this to help people understand why this breath work is so important. So what is spirit? What is spirituality? What is that connection? And to think about being aligned within the energy of the oneness, if you want to call it, or the essence of being aligned in just knowing, feeling, allowing the love, just being held in it. And what's really happening is that the heart, the gut, which is our other heart, the brain, are all aligning up. And it's a beautiful energy, and as we align with that, we're meeting a higher, dimensional self. It's just more beautiful, peaceful, powerful part of us. And yet we have to do this inner work. It's very similar to the lotus flower. I mean, think of that lotus flower deep, deep down in the muck, and how that flower goes through the muck to follow the light of the sun, which of love. And as you're breathing and going through that process of the cleaning house and opening up to a higher vibration, we meet that light, that love, that spirit. Spirit is everything. Spirit is connected. Spirit is our breath. So what happens is, it's this beautiful moment of feeling the love, the unity. I've been told, even through this work of teaching, that they feel a sense of God, if you want to call it that. It's really a quite beautiful journey to give yourself. And I will tell you, sometimes it's really petrifying and scary. Why? Because we're meeting a part of ourselves that's so profound and so beautiful, yet I don't know if I want to meet that part of me. Am I really ready to dive deep within that self, into that power of I am? And I think that the thing that I think I will say from my own experience, especially right now, because I had to really stop, literally, and really bring this relationship into my breath and into my body, because I've been doing breath work every day. And I love the levels it takes me, because I'm not up for, I'm really, I mean, I'll admit I resist a little, but I know, just keep going with it. Keep following the rhythm, because I know where it's going to take me. And sometimes I do have to, energy and motion is emotion. Sometimes I have to feel some uncomfortable feeling. And it's okay, because I know I'm going to be okay. And I will get to that beautiful place of source, the source within me. So so now I'm going to take it a little bit further of why, the science of why this happens. So when we're using our diaphragm and we're breathing, the diaphragm now, I mean, when I say that, you are doing voluntary breathing, not involuntary. Involuntary breathing is when we're just doing life breathing, and we're not even paying attention to how we're breathing until something says, you're not breathing. But voluntary breathing is becoming very conscious of where my breath is. So where I take it is, okay, I'm going to bring it to my diaphragm. So when I'm breathing, let's make it a dome, trying. That pump is starting to move within my body. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing in more oxygen, and I'm releasing carbon dioxide, metabolic waste. So when you do shallow breathing and you're too much up in your chest, up here, and you're trying to catch it, which a lot of us do, because it's like the percentage is about 87 and 93% of us breathe shallow. And life kind of does that. So what that means is you're not even engaging in the diaphragm, and the lungs are being overworked. When the lungs become overworked and there's so much happening, our body gives us a panic attack or anxiety. And what that's telling you is too much carbon dioxide within the body. So when you bring the diaphragm in, it keeps everything regulating, circulating. So oxygen coming in, metabolic leaving. So then our vibration changes. Because now we're bringing in the oxygen. This is with, again, voluntary breathing. I'm very conscious of how I'm breathing. And when I'm doing that, what happens is, as that vibration changes, my body, those low density blockage, they can't sit there anymore, because they're a low vibration. And as that vibration changes higher through the oxygen, it starts to wake them up. And then you're like, oh, look, I found this book behind the bookshelf. Or this energy and motion is emotion. We start to see our stuff. And then the body starts moving it. Now that was physical, now we're in soul. Energy and motion is emotion. Soul, it has to move. But we have to be grounded and embodied in our body as we move that energy. We can't disassociate and leave, which is what we usually do. We have to be within the body and allowing it to move or transmute. And as that's happening and we're clearing that space, you're clearing a higher vibrational of being. And it's a beautiful place to be. And it's, you know what, everybody's journey is different. Everybody has a different way of doing it. And it's not this huge, well, I'm going to tell you guys, my breath work is very different, because I'm not going to say that you don't experience sometimes hard emotions and trauma. Of course you do. But because I know how to work with the energies, I know how to work with the vibrations and the breath, I'm able to transmute it, which is different. Transmutation is kind of like what you think about cultivating the land, and we know how to use the tools and the land and the resources to integrate it from a place that is much more peaceful. So, with that being said, I'd say, yeah, if you're looking, I'm going to be teaching soon. I'm starting in October. I will be at the Theosophical Fest in Wheaton this weekend, and Saturday, September 7th, if you want to stop by and talk deeper. I'm also going to be doing whale readings online, which is a lot about me listening to the vibration of your body and finding out where that blockage is. A lot of good things happening, and in the honor of just celebrating the new beginnings, celebrating life from a different perspective. And the other thing I want to share about whale breathing is it's a rhythmic breathing. And what that means is because we connect back to this universal rhythm within our own breath, there's an alignment, a beautiful alignment that happens and connects us. Which is so important because guess what? We all came from Earth. Earth is our home. And there's something very nurturing and loving about being connected to that. So thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you guys at the fest on Saturday in Wheaton. And it's going to be at the Theosophical Society, which is on Main Street in Wheaton. I can't remember the crossroad. I think it's Geneva, but I'm sorry. I can't remember. But it's going to be in my, I'll post on Facebook and stuff. So thanks for stopping by. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, glorious new beginning of September. The weather's been awesome here in Chicago. And to be continued. Have a great day.